Welcome back, dear students, into another lesson, and we'll be focusing on understanding and using HTML tags. So we've learned about the intro to HTML and web page structure. So what are HTML tags? Like I told you, the lessons are majorly to teach you HTML syntax and the language. So we now move to using AI, because gone are those days you need to know everything. No, what really matters now, know the language. Basic usually are the syntax of the language and some use cases of them, and then the AI can help you, and whatever it does, you can also understand it better. So we'll dive into the fundamental building block of any web page HTML tags. Understanding this tag is crucial, especially for beginner, to create user-friendly interface in Web3. So it's like language. All these things, if whatever in your language, if I say sit, you know what that means. If I say stand, run. So also, each programming language has their own syntax, which represent those letters, alphabets, sentences. There are things, those things you put together to be able to craft a DApp, an application or website or whatever you are building, especially the front end of your site. So now let's try and see what we've got. What are HTML tags? HTML tags are the basic syntax elements used to create and structure web pages. Like I've told you, for every language, there's always a tag. It might not be written in code like bracket this, no. But what tag essentially means is those like smallest unit of those things you need. That's why when you want to run, you use the term run. You don't say walk and expect the person to run. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't say sit down. I say, why are you sitting? I said sit down. I expect you to be running. No. So for you to make sure you use things rightly, and you know you are dealing with a computer, for you to execute and interpret this thing rightly, you need to use all these tags. So they are enclosed in angle bracket. For example, you can say this is how you write tag for HTML. You open a bracket and you close it, and then the tag name will be in between. So the computer is able to like, okay, this is the tag and this is what should be done with this code. So the purpose, tags are used to define where an element begin and end within your HTML code. So tag tells you the beginning. You can see this start. If you notice any difference, this one has /. / is interpreted as the end of this tag. So whatever you put between here and here is only thing that will be for that tag. You understand? So they are used to define where an element begin and end. So you will know, okay, this thing has ended there, this has started there. We'll still see them in action. Then example, start tag paragraph. When you want to give a paragraph, you want to start with paragraph, you use this p tag and the closing tag. So whatever you want from the beginning to the end to be in between will be placed in between. So self-closing tag, image. There are some tags. Tags usually have opening and closing, so you know, but there are some tags that they are self-closing. They don't need opening or close. They self-close, they self-open, they self-close. So like image, search or source, image.jpg. You understand? It has given us. So they are the core components of HTML and everything from heading to paragraph, links, images, and more. Each tag has a specific purpose and contribute to the overall layout of it. So you might be surprised, like, oh, a language, why is it having this? Don't worry, that's how programming is different from just pure natural language. So because we are dealing with the computer, not just pure human being like us. So their brain is just purely able to understand once they are going in that language. So but there are some like the self-closing, like the image and things like that. So now some common HTML tags and their uses. You see HTML, define the root of HTML document. Add contain meta information about the document. You see title tag, specify the title of the document. You understand? Then you have body, defines the document body. You have HTML. You still see a lot of this in action. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Then tag. This one is from H1 to H2. That's what determines the tag. The title, highest title, like the title of the post is usually H1, and it's good for SEO as well. But as you come down, you lose H2, H3, H4 to like H6. So it makes this thing header and paragraph, like I've shown here. You can see that for this now, it tells this to start from. If not, and this is not H2, for example, to just continue, because HTML and most programming language don't respect space just like that. So that's why you need to put it in and be able to, use them accordingly. So we've seen it here. You have a tag for hyperlink. We learn about them. Image, ordered list, unordered list, still learning depth. But these are like top 20 common tags that you hardly open a website and not find it. There's usually there that you find them. So HTML tag in Web3 development as well, you have seen, is so essential because the building block. So HTML best practice, use semantic HTML. Choose the tag that most accurately describe your content, like article section for the section. So don't just use tag randomly. Keep it clean and organized. Avoid unnecessary or redundant tags. And remember accessibility. Use tag like auth with images to improve accessibility. When you talk about accessibility in web development, you are talking about how easy for people of different background or physical challenge or not can easily use the site. So all these things, can somebody that is blind easily use their screen reader to read out those content, and all those things work based on the code structure of your app. So remember, it's so important. So when you use the auth, for example, now it gives description. So at times you load image, maybe due to slow network or the image is not found, it will just show a broken. Instead of just showing broken, also add description about the image. So okay, this is what this image was trying to do, even though it didn't load. So then the next one is example code for practical application. So like I told you, I'll be showing you some. So to practically apply the concept learned in this lesson, we start constructing a basic structure of the capstone project. I've told you the major capstone is like a token minter dApp. So where you can mint token, connect both front end, back end, have this whole thing on the front end, and then the middleware, and then the back end. So you click here to display code. So if you look at this code now, the root and with comment, with element, head, body. So everything here now. So from here, let me try and copy, and then I need to create. So that's what you should do from this lesson. You should be able to have a folder, have the programming, DPU codes, or you name it, DPU classes, or whatever you want. So HTML live. So inside it, I want to have a folder, which, remember, I call it HTML. So I think, what name are we giving here? So DPU front end HTML. You see, dot HTML. If I didn't put it as .html, it won't say it like that. Like now, if you want it to be text, it will be dot. And if I do it like this, and then I have to open and click short code dots. So what that means is, you say go and open VS Code for this particular folder that I'm in. You see, that was what I did, code, and click it. So it goes to open this folder, which you can see it here. You see HTML live empty. So here now I can create a new file, which I'll call dpu Frontend HTML. Though usually now a lot of all this, when you get there, prefer to just be what do they call it? So let me put it that way. So to lowercase, I think Next.js and something like that. So it'll be cool. HTML. If I do this now, .txt, you see it, then these are part of what we are saying. The AI, you can tell it to create an HTML, create HTML. Might not do the text. Understand? So, is this too much? Maybe we should. I'm coming, please. Then I can close this. Yeah. Power mode. Settings. I'm change it to flames so it doesn't distract. So now, if I paste what I copied, do you see it now? That once I copy this, you see nothing is readable. I can't run this now because it's in text file. It's just plain text, and see how the VS Code is seeing it. So it's not seeing it as something it can interpret or run or anything. So you can't run this now. Just show as a plain text for us. So I go to, you remember the live that we installed earlier? If you go here, click to run live server. Do you see it? That is, it set it as, you see, just a plain document for us. You can see it now. So, but the moment I move it over, now you can see it. It shows like this. The moment I come back here to show you and edit this, rename, and turn this to HTML, just notice here as well. Do you see it? That is now readable. You can now see this is a comment, and all this, remember, they are tags. So each of these are tags. HTML tag, the head tag, the body tag. So the tag represents the smallest unit of that HTML that you use to build up your HTML document. The closing, the opening, the closing, and some are self-closing as well, which we have learned before. So these are those things in action, and you can see it once we have this, then all these brackets, those are part of what things we install as well. So you see it as working well now, and it's indicating for us what this seems to stand for compared to the .tx before. So let's get back to the lesson. So you can see in the snippets we are setting up the basic HTML document structure, HTML header, and some other things like that. So HTML tags are essential for structure and creating content on web pages. So that's just it, you've seen it. It's the basic, and if you see, let's stop this, and then if I click go live again, okay, maybe it's not really working with, you will see, look at how it was displaying and look at it now. It's two different things, because it can now read it as HTML, what it was just saying as a document. Like click and then you see, you cannot see it again. But before it was just showing the code as a plain document, but now it can read the document out. So that's why the extension is so essential. So I think maybe I should take this out. Yeah, that would be better. Yeah, we have it now. That's just it. We have the code for each lesson as well. There will be practical code you can exercise with to learn and solidify your lesson. You're learning, and take the exercise. Got questions specific to this lesson, ask here. Don't ask elsewhere. And at the same time, check if other students have answered it or not before you ask. That's it for this lesson as well. I remain Solomon Foske of the Program University. Keep the programming spirit high and alive. Your assurance to succeed in long term as a developer. And please always do good to humanity and nature. With your knowledge, your programming skill are not evil, to make the world and universe a better place for us all. Peace and bye.